Hi guys, my name is Nihil. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a favorites video. Also, I quickly want to mention I'm sorry for not being on here and active. Literally the first week I was really tired from my move. I slept any free moment I had, and when I was ready to get back into it, my camera, my G7X, the beloved basic vlogger camera, it broke on me. I was really conflicted because I was like, do I repair it? Do I just buy a new camera? Because I've only had it for like less than a year. No, maybe a bit more than a year, so my warranty was done. I was gonna have to pay out of pocket, and G7X are like pretty good for what you get. It's pretty cheap and you get a really good quality. It's just not really reliable, and people have had so many problems with these. So I was like, I think I'm gonna splurge and buy a new camera. So I am filming right now with my new camera. It's the Sony ZV-1, and it's also like a vlogger type camera. It was a bit more expensive. So let me know how you like the quality, how you like everything. The viewfinder is on the side. On my G7X, it was like up top. So far, I think the quality is pretty good. Okay, so today we're gonna be doing a favorites video, and believe it or not, I've never done any favorites video on my channel. First category we're gonna do is beauty and skincare, so let's just get right into it. My first favorite is the Got To Be hair gel. I use it to do the soap brow method. I love my pear soap, and you guys know I love the pear soap. For those of you who don't know, this is what the pear soap looks like. However, I was getting a few issues where after a few hours it was just going down, and also it just gave you like a weird sort of film on top of your brows where it was kind of white and gross. So I did not like that. The Got To Be is like insane. The hold is crazy. You apply just a bit. I just used like a spoolie, brush them up. That's what I used today, and I really like it. It's awesome. This is a travel size, so it's like smaller, cheaper. I will have all the products linked below. This is a skincare favorite. It's amazing. This is the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 40. It just gives you like a nice little glow, healthy amount of like life, which I really like, especially on those no makeup days. But even as a makeup base, it's really awesome. If you tend to have more of an oily skin type, maybe stray away from this because it will make you look like maybe a thin man. Maybe that's not your vibe. So as a dry skin girl, it's totally my vibe. It's slightly tinted. It has a good amount of shimmers in it. If you're pale, it's gonna look just like weird sitting on top of your skin. But anyways, I really like this. It's amazing. For sunscreen reapplication, this is what I have been using as of late. It's the Neutrogena Mist Sunscreen SPF 15. It's pretty great. So how you use it is you just like literally spray it on as a setting spray. However, the mist is not my favorite, but it's so cheap, so I'm like, I can't really complain about this. I've never been like super big on sunscreen reapplication. Like, I know you're supposed to reapply every 2 hours, and especially like I work in front of a window so the sun comes in, but call me lazy, I just am. But this is like more convenient, and it heavily smells like sunscreen. Like this smell is like, just reminds me of vacation, like going on a road trip or school trip. Another skincare favorite is the hyaluronic acid by the Inkeylist. As I have mentioned, I have dry skin, so anything to moisturize and plump the skin is very welcome into my life. I've tried a few hyaluronic acid serums. This one is by far the best, and it's so cheap, and I always have a backup because I'm always scared they're gonna be sold out at Sephora. This is where I get mine, the Inkeylist hyaluronic acid. It's non-sticky. It just glides on your skin, gives you like a nice, beautiful plump and hydrating feeling. Ride or die. Like, will forever purchase this until I die. Now we're moving on to makeup. First thing I want to talk about is this CoverGirl brow pencil. Mine is in the shade Honey Brown, and I've used this for a while. I think I got it like 2 years ago, and ever since it's been my go-to. Sometimes I will try other brow pencils, but there's just nothing I enjoy as much as this. I am also wearing it right now, and it looks so beautiful. I like the color, first of all. Usually I tend to go for like the darkest shade of brown just because I have super dark hair, but this honey brown is just the perfect tone. It's really beautiful. It's not too intense, so if you need to like create a brow from scratch, maybe don't go for this. But if like me, you just have like a sparse areas, you just need to fill in a few with like a few strokes. This is like a beautiful, amazing product, and It's incredibly cheap. Let's talk blush, baby, because I don't know if you've seen my flush cheeks, but I do enjoy quite a bit of blush. First of all, this is like a literal love of my life. This is the Milk Lip and Cheek in the shade Work, and it was a gift that I got from Sephora with like my points. I never thought I would enjoy this as much. I love the shade. It's just so beautiful. It melts into my skin really beautifully, and I like to pair it with this Wet n Wild blush. And then this is the Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand in the shade Pinkgasm. I got it because of Madison Beer, the infamous Vogue beauty secret that she did and like sold everyone on this. I initially used to use it the way she does, which is just like as literal blush. However, once it's blended out, it's just not quite as pigmented, so I started actually just like using it the way it is intended to, as a highlight, or as I like to call it, like a blush topper, I guess. And I just like do a few dots on top of my cheekbones, and I blend it out, but like lower than I would a normal highlight, and just like a beautiful glowy sheen on top of your blush. It is extremely expensive, and that's kind of what I hate about Charlotte Tilbury, is like packaging is so cheap. Like, what the fuck? Why am I paying 50 bucks for this? However, it's really rare that I've tried a Charlotte Tilbury product that I didn't like. So you're always paying for quality products, but it's like, you're a luxury beauty brand, aren't you supposed to be? Anyways, concealer. Never thought I'd mention a concealer in favorites video, because to me, concealer is concealer. It's like you can easily find a concealer that works for you, that is cheap and convenient. We know the classics, we know which one works, but this Rare Beauty concealer I love. I first got it because I was looking for a new concealer that wasn't too expensive, but I still wanted something like a little more bougie than like a drugstore concealer. So I grabbed this one, not thinking too much of it, and I really enjoy it. It's like a medium concealer. It just gives you like a really nice little sheen. I wouldn't say it's like a dewy concealer, but it's like a satin finish. It's really pretty. You can set it or you can leave it as it is. It's also buildable, so you can do many layers, which I enjoy. I use this under my eyes, all over my face. I really enjoy it, and the reason why I know that is because I have a lot of concealers. Since the stretch concealer, I've never been more in love with a concealer than this one. Let's talk about mascara, baby. This is a sample, but it's the Gucci mascara l'obscur, and it's really good. It's what I'm wearing right now. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like the lash slick from Glossier. It separates your lashes and gives them like length, but would I purchase if it wasn't for the sample? I don't know. I just wanted to give it a quick mention because I have been enjoying it. And last beauty favorite is the Olaplex bonding oil. I got dry everything, dry skin, dry humor, dry hair. I need hair oil, and I used to swear by the Moroccan oil. It was my favorite. Like, I used to go through like maybe 5 bottles a year, and it was more on the expensive side, so I was like always repurchasing it even when I did not have the money for it, just to give you like an example of like how much I enjoyed it. And recently I made the switch to Olaplex. I was like, let's give it a try. Actually, first I tried the Kerastase oil, which was beautiful and it gave a beautiful sheen, but it wasn't hydrating enough for my hair. So then I returned it and exchanged it for that. And I was scared to make the switch because if you know Moroccan oil, it's like a thick, sort of almost like honey-like texture. This is like more like an olive oil texture, you know? You only need like 2 drops and your hair is instantly like hydrated. It's crazy. And it's also, it acts as a heat protectant. It's really good. It's a small bottle, sure, but you only need a few drops. I've had this for like, I think 3 months. Look how much is left. That's insane. In 3 months I would have gone through like half of a bottle of Moroccan oil. So I'm really sold on this oil and I love it. I recommend it to everybody. It might be a transition, like I said, if you're like used to more like a honey-like hair oil. That's it for the beauty and skincare. Now I want to move on to like home section. Home, yeah guys, I'm now independent, living on my own, so I guess that a home section is now a thing. My #1 absolute favorite ever, I've mentioned these on my Instagram stories, they are these flip-flops. I like to call them the marshmallow flip-flops. They are so beautiful, first of all, so cute. I believe. They're kind of like ugly cute in a way, kind of like Crocs, but they bring me so much joy. It's one of those things too that brings me just so much joy. When you walk on them, it's literally like walking on marshmallows. I don't know how to describe it. It's really great. I initially got them because when I get out of the shower, I just hate the feeling of like wet feet on a bath mat or like on the floor. I got them for this reason, but I've honestly just been wearing them all the time because I don't know, I've become one of those people who wear sandals inside of the house. Well, sandals, how would you call them, slippers. Next favorite is this. If you don't have an espresso, you may not know what this is, but this is a little contraption. It's a reusable Nespresso pod. For those of you who don't know, I mean, I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but I used to work retail, and one time this person came back with a Nespresso machine and it was used, so we couldn't put it back on the shelves. And so instead of like throwing it out, the store sometimes sells these items to like the employees for like much cheaper and heavily discounted. So instead of throwing it out, I was like, hey, I'm really interested in that coffee machine, please give it to me. And they were like, okay, 50 bucks. 50 bucks. I got an espresso machine for 50 bucks. That's insane. Because otherwise I don't think I would have purchased one because it's kind of expensive. I like coffee, I enjoy coffee, but like to buy a $300 coffee machine, I don't think so. Nespresso pods are like really expensive and they're just honestly a ripoff. So I got this on Amazon. You open it up, you fill up your coffee inside. I just use like a regular grinded espresso coffee that I bought at the store. Press it in, twist this thing inside, put it in the coffee machine, and it literally creates a perfect shot of espresso. I've had no problem with it. It's as creamy as an espresso pod. It's obviously better for the environment. It's overall really amazing. Moving on to clothes, fashion section. I've mentioned these in a vlog, but these shorts from H&M, they're like distressed shorts. They are the perfect length for summer. I don't know about you, but like I'm not too comfortable showing too much skin, but I still want to be able to be comfortable outside in the heat. These are like my perfect shorts. You can wear them with a small top. You can wear them with like an oversized top. They look great. Like you can easily accessorize everything, like a few necklaces, some cool rings, and like a hat, and you're done. And it's like you look way cooler than you are. So yeah, these shorts have been a staple. Another staple is this tank that I obviously messed up with makeup because I can't have anything good in this world. This is like a crop tank and it looks so good. It's from Uniqlo. It was my first time going there and I was kind of disappointed, like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there's so much hype around Uniqlo, but it's either like really cheap or kind of expensive. I got this one for 15 bucks, so to me that was reasonable. But like especially when you start thrifting and you get shirts for $5, it hurts me to pay more than like $10 for a shirt now. For me, like 15, I'm like, oh my god, I treated myself. But yeah, it's a nice basic and I really like the fit and the length. So I'm thinking of actually getting maybe one black too. Okay, next favorite are rings, like kind of like funky colorful rings. I have this one right here, which is like a smiley. It's so cute. This one right here is like a flower. This is just like a classic one. I want to get more funky rings because I think there's so much, I don't want to say classier, but to me they're more polished and like really like heavy plastic rings, which I've definitely, you know, I've fallen victim to that trend. Like I bought some, but I just don't wear them. So I feel like these are like a really fun way to incorporate like colorful jewelry while still like being functional. I'm not gonna say where these are from because they have terrible customer service. I hate this company, so sorry, but you can literally get them for like way significantly cheaper on like Shein. So, and last favorite, a cap. Yes, I'm all about the dad look this summer. I want to wear these like sort of PJ shorts with my dad cap and like an oversized shirt every day. That's literally my go-to outfit and I live for it. It's fun because this is kind of like a trucker hat, but like softer version of a trucker hat because I don't think I could pull off like a full version of it, but it instantly like makes the outfit cooler in my opinion. My sister always makes fun of it when I pull it out. She's always like, oh, the dad is coming out. Sure, call me a dad. It brings me joy. I feel like the lesson of the video is if it brings you joy, you should be happy about it, and that's all that matters. Okay guys, I'm gonna go because I'm literally working. I start working in 30 minutes, so I want to get ready. Thank you guys so much for watching. It felt really weird filming. On this note, please stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.